Alright, hey guys, Paxter, welcome back to another Pokemon Pocket video. In this video, we'll be going over an ongoing issue in Pokemon Pocket, which is player retention rate. Over time, player retention has fallen off. From the financial side, the game's still doing good. Still one of the highest grossing gacha games in the market. But in regards to retention, a lot of players are quitting. And yeah, in this video, we'll be going over this article made by Raw Meat Cowboy. I'll leave the link to the article in the description below. This was published rather recently and has caused a bit of a stir, at least on Twitter. Not going to be reading the whole article, just kind of briefly skimming through it. So essentially, during the Q3 earnings report, Pokemon TCG Pocket developer Dina admitted that they're having issues with player retention when it comes to existing players. New user acquisition remains strong, but existing users have declined compared to the launch period. This has led to an issue with the amount of monthly active users, and they recognize the importance of initiatives aiming to increase login frequency and improve retention rate, such as enhancing the collection experience. I can see a lot of reasons why this is a thing. I'll get into it later on. I mean, looking at the community feedback, they might have the same opinions as I do. But yeah, Dina hasn't shared any specifics on how they plan to turn things around. Kind of, I mean, they did. If you guys remember, I'll try to pull it up right now. Why not? Right here. So if you flash back to October 24th, Dina did make this statement right here. It was mostly in regards to the feedback from the Deluxe Pack EX Booster Pack. A lot of people, of course, didn't like it how like you have to collect basically a second copy of a card, like from Genetic Apex, and it doesn't count to your deck. So like, yes, looking at this, I feel like they did kind of address it perfectly. So if you obtain a card in Deluxe EX, it'll be counted to Genetic Apex. Perfect. That makes sense. But then the third bullet point, this card deck's update along with related UI improvements is planned for release after summer 2026. And everyone's reactions right here. Yeah, Duck and Assets. This is a great update. Hold on. What does it say? After summer 2026? Dude, it's still winter right now. And they released this statement on October 24th, 2025. So, and it's after summer. Why? I guess they say that it was kind of like a play on words, because I mean, after summer is fall. So, okay, so early fall 2026, sure. Or maybe late summer 2026, we'll see, but still. So in regards to them making a statement of like improvements, they have, but it's so delayed that it's crazy, man. Like, why are they treating this like they're treating this like a game drop-in or like a movie drop-in, you know, like how like movies would drop sometimes trailers like a year in advance. Games would do the same thing as well. A little teaser trailer, it's like, it's coming, 2027. It's like, okay, sure, why not? But this is an update. This is just an update. Why are they giving this so much deal? That's why a lot of people theorize that like it has something to do with like the shareholders, maybe something with like the Pokemon company, some contractual obligations. So maybe we don't know the full like internal side of the company, of course, so there could be issues internally with that, with scheduling. But nevertheless, it looks very bad for the company, because why even announce this? They announced this to just like ease the fans, being like, okay, we see your feedback, we understand, but we can't do anything until a year later. It's like, yeah, it's not a good taste. And again, this is why like I kind of have a bit of sympathy, because it seems like they're trying, but they can't do it right now. So it's either they're lazy or they have issues internally, so which they have to fix if that's the case. But like either way, but yeah, overall this is somewhat generally surprising, especially since Q3 is the current fiscal period for the company. I think they're heading into Q4, but yeah, Q3 just ended, and that was of course during looking at expansions, Mega Rising, Crimson Blaze, and maybe even Fantastical Parade. Like Genetic Apex compared to Mega Rising, like Mega Rising added a lot of stuff. Fantastical Parade is now adding stadiums, so I feel like they're going in the right direction, adding more mechanics to the game, making it more like the TCG. They just gotta make sure that they don't power creep cards too hard. But yeah, so Mega Rising, Crimson Blaze, Fantastical Parade. Just looking at these, on paper, retention rate should have been higher, but apparently not. That's pretty rough, because I feel like they were kind of banking on this to be good as well. Like, looking at the other sets, like Deluxe EX was kind of a filler. Secluded Springs, pretty good. Wisdom Sea Sky added a bit of good cards, but overall kind of forgettable, especially with Ho and Lugia, and that whole fiasco in regards to art. So yeah, so on and so forth. But it was the 1 year anniversary, and they were releasing megas. They were banking that this was going to be like top grossing. I think they were top grossing. Yeah, I mean, financially they're still good, as I mentioned earlier, but in regards to retention, it does suck. And I feel like it is a blunder, because now they're kind of learning. In Fantastical Parade, they did add random battles, which is pretty nice. I feel like it's a good step in the right direction, adding more stuff to do in the game. But yeah, the game just, it feels like there's really not much to do. I think that's the main issue. Like there's only really 3 things to do, or 2 things to do: PvP and solo battles. Ranked is nice, but I feel like for casual players, after a while you just kind of lose interest, especially since you do have to keep up with the meta. It's very eye-opening. And looking at the community feedback, there's this post by Magikarp Unite Vids. He made this post recently in regards to the article. What would you do to solve this problem? That's a good question. Looking at the comments, it's too expensive to buy one single card with points. They need to reduce it to half of it. Plus EX Pokemon should be guaranteed at least 2 to 3 packs. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like in regards to the points, I agree. But when it comes to the guaranteed EX, I mean, I'm fine with this if they do that. Like after 2 to 3 packs, sure, guaranteed EX. Like just doing your dailies and then next day you get something good. But I feel like Dina won't go that route. I feel like that's a way too low of a number. If anything, 10 packs, 15 packs, I feel like that's more plausible. But that's the thing with Dina, is that like right now the company's doing good financially, the game. I feel like they want to boost retention rate while also making sure that they don't lose as much revenue. Okay, like the more free stuff they give, of course it does kind of affect the revenue a little bit, maybe not too much, but still a bit. And they kind of want to have a good balance with that. Amen. Yeah, app is so slow, too many load screens and time. I think that's the main issue. It's just the UI sucks. Again, looking at pulling this up yet again, people were asking for a dark mode. We're still waiting for a dark mode in this game because people are just blinded sometimes just looking at the screen, especially if you're playing at night, like the lights off and then just flashbanged because it's like so bright, the menu in the backgrounds. And dark mode, yeah, I'm not a programmer, but a lot of people, I've seen comments, people saying like it's easy, some saying like it might take a bit of time, but people group that with UI improvements. As you can see right here, it says UI improvements. And yeah, if UI improvements includes dark mode, it seems so weird to be like, okay, we're adding dark mode, but it's coming in a year from now upon this post is released. So we need dark mode. People theorize that the load time, it's intentional to boost retention rate. And I feel like it's having a negative effect because people are quitting. It's like retention rate is lowering because of that. So hopefully they can find an easy fix. At this point, yeah, it's a whole UI overhaul would be nice. Freaking Pokemon Pocket 2, let's drop it. And then a year later, just remove it. And then go back to Pokemon Pocket. Yeah, just like Overwatch, what they did. Totally agreed. A story mode where you have to beat gym leaders decks to advance to the final 4 and become champ. Easier obtainment of cards. Takes a while to finish sets slash meta decks. Less time for packs to be open. Ways to copy meta decks from leaderboards. Less pay to win. Easier obtainment of cards. Takes a while to finish meta sets slash meta decks. It depends on your RNG, really. Because again, trading exists. I feel like when it comes to gacha games, Pokemon Pocket is definitely one of the most forgiving. Yeah, because what other gacha game has trading? There's probably like 1 or 2, but not that I know of. Let me know in the comments below if it's better or worse than Pokemon Pocket. Because at first it was pretty bad, but now with the Shine Dust change, it's far better. And sharing as well. So if you have like a rich friend, like a rich whale friend, yeah, just be like, hey, can you give me some trainer cards, some cards, and of course the pack point pity system, as well as the Wonder Picks. Yeah, so there's a lot of ways to get cards. For the last week, I opened around 18 Wonder Picks, and out of those 18 Wonder Picks, I only got 1 card that I wanted. So yeah, but regardless, I mean, you have a 10% chance to get what you want, which is far harder than opening a pack. A story mode where you have to beat gym leaders decks to advance to the final 4 and become champ. I mentioned this before. It would be cool if they add a battle tower game mode, you know? And I feel like this kind of correlates because my battle tower just goes endlessly. So you beat a deck, and then next battle, they get modifiers. So like, let's say you beat a deck, you proceed onwards in like up the ladder. Next battle, opponent has plus 10 HP in all Pokemon. Next battle, plus 10 damage. And this keeps on adding up. Like, I feel like that'll have a ton of replayability. People can just climb to see how far they can get up. Have a leaderboard as well. And then maybe like, yeah, that's the kind of leaderboard like in relation to ranked that resets each month. And then the people who get the highest on the leaderboard will get some rewards. I feel like that'll spice the game up very much. Just add something else aside from rank and emblem event. Because the 3 main events for Pokemon Pocket are ranked battles, drop events, and emblem event. An emblem event is, it's whatever really. Like, it's at this point, back in the day it took a while given rank wasn't available yet, but back in the day, you had to get like what, 45 wins. It took a bit of time, but nowadays, like win 7 times to get the medal. Yeah, sure, I can do that in like what, an hour. So yeah, adding more solo themed game modes is definitely a plus. So they should go for that direction. Less time for packs to be opened. Ways to copy meta decks. If anything, I mentioned this before as well, but you should be able to copy not just meta decks, but your opponent's decks. You know what I mean? So like, let's say you just beat a person, you would go into like your match history, and then you can like view their deck, what are they running, and then have a copy button as well. I used to play Duel Links back in the day, and they had that. Just like I would get just absolutely destroyed by a deck, and I'm like, you know what? I might as well try to copy this. And I would like just play it, and I would look at it, and it would show me like what cards I have and I don't have, and then yeah, just go on from there. Introduce more game modes that fill gaps in schedule. Better free cards. Encouraging non-meta decks by giving some incentives in rank. They can very much do this. Like imagine in drop events, they add more like the cards you get from promo cards are more meta relevant instead of just being random. Like looking at, might as well look at the promo B. Let's look at the one that came out in Mega Rising. Is it this one? Yeah. Froakie is good. Petalil, whatever. Luxray, whatever. Pidgey, whatever. Imagine they added like Hydreigon here. Like just straight up Hydreigon. That'd be pretty cool. Let's have a Hydreigon promo card. Also, why does Froakie get another promo card? What the heck? This is the second promo card of Froakie. Nice. I mean, Greninja is timeless at this point, so I guess it does make sense. Encouraging non-meta decks by giving some incentives in rank. I'm assuming missions like win like 10, 15 battles using a non-EX deck like that. I don't know. I feel like in ranked, casual maybe, but in ranked, I feel like that will cause a bit of issues, especially since like one, you're trying to grind. So like if you're making non-meta decks, and you're just getting destroyed. I mean, granted, you could use a non-meta deck and also still like climb the ladder. Sure, you could do that. But depending on the player, they might not be able to do it. If anything, they should add a game mode outside from ranked that limits what you do. Like limits the cards that you can have. Like they can make one like the non-EX event where like you can only use non-EX cards. Stage 1's events, like you can only use basics and stage 1s. Stage 2 event, you can use only basics and stage 2s. Like that kind of, I mean, granted, I mean, the ones that I just gave out right now aren't really that good, but looking at other games such as Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, they do certain things like that. Granted, it is Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Has like so many mechanics at this point. But yeah, just going down the list, as you can see, the XYZ Festival prohibits the use of all extra deck monsters except XYZ. And we got other ones, Synchro Monsters, Fusion Monsters. So they can do themed events like this. Like use only lightning decks. Like use only, I don't know, colorless decks. That would be pretty cool. Like imagine just like a fully colorless event. Like you can only use colorless Pokemon. I think that'd be pretty cool, especially if they run that with rank. That'll boost retention rate because not everybody here is playing it for rank. But if they add a casual and a little bit more fun game mode on top with rank at the same time, more players will have variety. And then coming back to ranked, I think this guy did mention it. I think that including only 2 more new modes, and if they leave ranked available during more time, that would retain a lot of us during more time. Yeah. So having ranked last longer, definitely. Personally, I think they should run it with Emblem Event. Because I feel like the current format is like Emblem Event and then rank. Because again, people have their own lives. And having rank be a lot shorter than it could be really does make it worse for people. Like, I mean, there's people climbing the ladder, sure, they'll get higher. It's more of a grind fest. But for like the majority of players, I mean, they could be busy, they could be like traveling, they could just have like personal stuff going on in their life, work as well. In my opinion, it was just a terrible money grab. Well, I don't spend and I can complete expansions, but thanks to my friends, some sets have terrible odds. I can relate, dude. I feel like this current booster set is probably one of my worst. I have the worst luck in this current one. It's pretty bad. But yes, as I mentioned, trading exists. Sure, this guy has friends, yeah. But I mean, even if you don't have friends playing this game, Discord exists. Like, I can relate. I have only one friend that I talk to that plays this game, but he plays it like once every month. So with that being said, there's a lot of communities out there, like in Reddit, Discord, and I think there's also an app for trading Pokemon Pocket cards. I've never used it, but I heard it does exist. So yeah, networking and connecting with players can help you out in the long run. Make the cards scarce digital assets like physical TCG game. Make them more freely tradable and the ability to sell for money. Make the assets verifiable to show true ownership. So in other words, make it more like an NFT. Okay, people make fun that like, since it's a gacha game, like we're getting like NFTs. But when it comes to NFTs, like you can sell them. And I mean, sure, you can sell your account in the game, but don't, because it's It's against TOS, and it's really not worth it. Okay, here we go. As I mentioned, we really don't need a Pokemon NFT game. I don't like this mindset. Personally, I mean, yeah. I mean, the physical TCG, I have a lot of takes on that. You guys might agree or disagree, but if anything, I mean, there is an issue with that. With the scalpers, like the prices of cards, it's a children's card game, okay? I know people make a living on it at this point, like selling. They would pull a card, it's very rare. They would sell it for like, what, thousands of dollars? Sure, props to them, congrats. But in the end, at the end of the day, it's a children's card game. And at this point, more adults collect Pokemon cards than actual children. Like, yeah, it's kind of insane. And yeah, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Just a little short video for today. And again, my opinions on this, I feel like a lot of people already stated my opinion. Just fixing the whole UI, yeah. Adding more solo game modes, more event variety, and also learning from other card games. Like again, Master Duel. Look at your competitors and see, like, don't copy them, but see what you can do to improve. Like, it's like the Overwatch / Marvel Rivals situation, you know? Like, it's like their rivalry. Marvel Rivals came out, and then Overwatch was like, okay, what can I do to step up? And yeah, that's the video. Again, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want more. Really does help me out, especially as a small-time content creator. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.